Hi, my name is Chris. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing Leetcode problem 844 backspace string compare in JavaScript. It's considered an easy problem. So given two strings s and t, return true if they are equal when both are typed in the empty text editors. A hash, or the number sign, means a backspace character. Note that after backspacing an empty text, the text will continue empty. Okay. So what does this mean? So when we see a hash, we get rid of the previous character, right? So for s, that's going to equal AC, AC, because the hash is going to get rid of b, and then for t, that's going to be AC as well, because the hash gets rid of d. So these are the same, so this is true. Let's get the next example. So for s, you have two hashes here, so it's going to get rid of the previous two characters, so you end up with nothing. For t, we get rid of d, this hash gets rid of d, and this hash gets rid of c. So both of them are an empty string, so that's true. For the last one here, in s, this hash gets rid of a, so we're left with c. T has no hashes, so that's b, so that's false. Okay. Let's grab these variables here. Move on over to CodePen. Find our variables. Here's our function, we'll call it func. And for now, let's just return s. And let's log the console to see what's going on here. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to create 4 variables. We're going to sback. This is going to keep track of the number of hashes or number signs we see, backspace signs we see in s. This is going to do the same for t. And then we're going to push into these arrays. So s array. Basically any letter that's not deleted, right? Then we do the same for t. And then for now, we're going to return s array. Okay, so how do we do this? So we're going to use a for loop through s. And we're going to start from the end of the string. So we start from C. And we're going to check if it's a letter and if sback equals 0. If that does, we push that letter into s array. So, and then if we see that this is a hash, we add to sback, and then we're going to check to see if sback is greater than 1, or sorry, greater than 0, and it's a letter. If that's the case, we decrement the sback, and we don't push into the array, right? So let's create a for loop. So since we're starting from the end, we're going to say I is going to equal s dot length minus 1 or equal to 0, then we decrement I. Now if we log s at I to the console, we should see the characters in reverse order, and we do. Looks good. And so now let's do this if else if check. So if s back equals 0 and use a regex here, if it's a letter, so we use test s at I, right? So if the character is a letter and s back is 0, then we push into s array s at 0. So currently we're going to see all the letters in s array because we never increment s back. So what we need to do is else if s at I equals backspace character, then s back plus. So now we're just going to see a C, right? Because what's happening here is when we get to C, we're going into this if statement. When we come to here, we're incrementing this hash. So now so s back is going to be 1 when we go to both of these. So what we need to do is say else if, and I'm going to just take this and then we're going to change this to greater than. We decrement s back. Cool. And now we're seeing what we want to see. Finally, we need to reverse this and join it. All right, so there's our new string for s. Now what we can do is we can just copy all this and do the same thing for t. So we can simply change all these i's. Whoops, what am I doing? Not all these i's. I want the i's. We need to change all the s's to t's.
One sec, please.
Okay. And then we can just compare these two. And that worked. Let's copy all our code. Go back into Leetcode. Let's just go ahead and submit it. And it works. Fantastic. Hopefully you found this video helpful and enjoyable. If you did, please like it. It helps my channel to grow. If you'd like to see more like these, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.